You're listening to Real Restaurant Radio, the show that inspires up-and-coming restaurant and bar owners, along with current operators, to pursue their passion in the restaurant business. I am your host, Kostas Lazanis, and I'm joined, as always, with my good friend, Carrie Hodson. Let us guide you through the process of being a successful owner and teach you how to make an impact in today's culinary world. Welcome back to another episode of Real Restaurant Radio. I don't think they thought that we would be doing another podcast, Carrie.
29.
Episode 29?
Episode 29.
Is that what this is? Okay.
I think so.
Well, let's talk about it, bro.
Cheers to your fancy coffee and chef coat.
You know, I can't be a really cool brewing dude like you, so I gotta get it from another angle.
I'm just mean. I just like making fun of people.
So much has happened, bro.
I know. You had 4 kids or something now?
Yeah. yes, exactly. How long has it been? 2 months? We took a little
hiatus.
Is that, my preacher calls it a sabbatical.
Okay.
Which he needs time to rest and relax and recuperate. I'm like, dude, I just need 6 hours. We didn't need 6 months for it to recuperate. I don't know.
Don't they only work 1 day a week? Just kidding.
I'm sorry.
See,
I'm sorry. It's just
mean.
That's low fruit. like an apple. Forbidden. Well, let's talk, bro. What do you got to talk about today?
I think we're supposed to talk about business plan. We're still going through our 11 steps, right, to opening a restaurant.
Did you know that my assistant head chef
Drop some
was
knowledge.
a alcoholic, and I didn't even know that. And he was working for me so hard, and he actually had some forbidden alcohol.
Oh no. Okay.
And alcohol is such a fun, exciting thing. Why does he got to ruin it for everybody else and show the evils of alcohol? Have you had anybody that couldn't handle it?
Sure.
Because we're in this industry, right? We're
right.
surrounded by alcohol.
I've only had to let one person go who couldn't control themselves.
It's cool to get drunk every now and then. It's if you throw up once a year or something like that. We
right.
get it, right? But
you're allowed to stay and have a beer after work. We celebrate craft beer in fun ways, but you don't have to go to the back walk-in cooler and sneak drink.
Yeah.
Or have hit.
That's horrible.
You know what I mean? And I guess he did have to, and that was the problem.
Yeah, it's such a touchy subject because real alcoholism and dependence on alcohol is such a real thing, and it's just sad. But anyway, he's at the point where he's naked, shivering in the corner, drinking perfume bottles. That's where he's at in his life. So he went to rehab. I tried to get I tried to get in touch with him, because he's
what? Well, he functioned so well for so long.
Because he was sober for six years, not one drop, and we would actually have it. He was the type that could not touch it.
Once you start down that road.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
then something happened. In his personal life.
So yeah, he's crushed. He's in a rehab and all the things. Everything is gone. He hasn't been working for I guess almost 2 months now.
Wow.
So
does he have family?
Yeah, he's got a little 14-year-old boy. So it's kind of sad, that boy's at such a tender age,
right?
14, to see his dad like that.
Right.
But I think they have a good family network. So hopefully, they kind of step in.
He did good for so long.
Yeah, hopefully he'll come back.
He deserves a chance.
So somebody like that, I would bring him back just because, I know that's not him being reckless. That's just him having a real problem.
Right.
If there's a difference.
Well, and lots of times people say, "Oh, why don't you just get even if it's small problems? Why don't you just fire everybody and start over?" It's well, I've developed these people, and sometimes the known problems are better than the unknown problems.
Yes.
Because you hire a new person,
they all got their own set of problems.
You interview them, but you don't know.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Wow. But yeah, that was not part of the business plan.
No.
No pun intended.
No. Did you write a business plan?
I did. I think the bank wanted one or something like that. So I was just I'm going to sell food. I'm going to make $1 million. It's only going to cost me.
Kind of simple.
Yeah. I did go through the process, and it does help get the creative juices going. And it does help you kind of take all of this craziness that's in your head and kind of make sense of it all.
Right.
So I definitely think that writing a business plan, knowing what a business plan is definitely gonna be part of the equation. I think even if you want to rent a space, I think my landlord wanted a business plan.
Sure. It's a rite of passage, pretty much. And I'm not gonna partner with someone or lend them money or let them lease my space unless they can show that they're serious about it. I mean, if you can't write a thoughtful business plan, then maybe you're not
Exactly
serious,
Yeah.
or you're missing some things that might be crucial to your success or failure. But you said something about like you enjoyed writing the business plan or doing the research for it, or
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was enjoyable because like I was in a room on my computer.
or you said creative juices flowing.
Yeah, I did. I mean, the juices were already out everywhere. It just kind of helped put them into a dish,
Okay.
if
Okay.
you will. You know what I'm saying? But it really did help, like, make you like think and compartmentalize, different like thoughts and creative juices that are just kind of spewing out everywhere. So it helps you like, okay, let's put it in, bracket AC, part 2, almost like a lawyer. Like you're breaking every single thing down and covering all your bases. And that really, at the end of the day, no matter how great your business plan is, it's really only going to be like 10% of your real model because you try to follow the business plan, but that's so abstract. But at least it gives you like an idea of what it could be or what you think it is. Because you're really writing a business plan, especially as your first time opening a restaurant. You don't know. Like right now, my business plan would look so different if for another concept.
Yeah.
Because when you're a little kid and you're writing a business plan, you don't know what you're really writing. Like you think you know.
You make the best plan you can, and then you try to stick to it, but you have to adapt to the reality.
I mean, you were gonna open up a taco shop or a burrito shop or something. I remember watching the videos.
Originally,
I remember
yeah.
seeing you in your
Our
little
business
bicycle
plan
riding
is-
down the streets.
I spent maybe 5 years planning, and it changed many times, the whole concept, over and over.
I have a confession to make. I took some drugs and made my business plan because I was like kind of crunched down. I actually asked my sister for a Adderall pill,
Okay.
and I started writing the business plan at 6 a.m. and I got done around midnight.
The old college way.
Hey, I'm telling you know what? I was never big into the drugs whenever I was into college. I never took Adderall or all those drugs. I mean, I was also a C student, so anyway, that's what I did. I just crunched it out just because they needed it. I knew what I wanted to do. I was already remember, Carrie, like I was gonna copy and paste the restaurant model that I was already in. You didn't have that at all. I mean, the brewery side of it maybe, like with the other breweries that you're doing, like.
And you talk about all these creative juices and ideas, and it's really hard to translate what's in your head into someone else's head.
Exactly.
In a conversation, and a business plan, and some marketing videos or PowerPoints really help show, one, like I said before, that you're serious, and also help other people get it, people that you're trying to partner with, because you need a landlord, and you need, probably need money from the bank, or in some other cases, you need to translate that idea to future customers who maybe you're crowdfunding from.
Agreed 100%.
So I guess the first step is research, right? Research other companies around you, know your competition really, really well, and I'd say don't kid yourself. Like, don't think I'm, the next greatest thing because, I don't know, I have an ego.
Sure. Yeah.
People online are mean. People who come into your restaurant are critical.
They'll destroy you. Yeah, 100%.
Right. So just don't kid yourself and share your idea with other people. You start with maybe your friends and family, and tell them, hey, hopefully you have those relationships where they'll be honest with you. And maybe they'll tell you something you already kind of knew in the back of your head, like, there's a Greek restaurant 2 blocks away. Are you sure that's the best idea? Or,
I agree with that.
I mean, I had that exact scenario. There's this really kind of famous barbecue restaurant about a half a mile from there. And I had to explain and digest that and say how we were going to be different. And then I got good at saying how we were going to be different. And so when that question came up, it was like non-issue.
Sure.
And it helped me really reinforce the other parts of our brand that made us stand out. So,
like beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, all that was so true and so accurate. I would say that when you are looking for like people to review your business plan, or especially people who are not other entrepreneurs, just know that people come with a level of insecurity and doubt. So you'll go get a lot of that. And I think you said ego, and I think definitely having an ego is going to be part of the equation. You've got to have you
have to be confident, but you can't be blinded by your self-worth.
I agree with that. Exactly. I like that word. Not cocky, but confident.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the game. But just know that you will have a lot of people
sometimes you got to fake it like, oh yeah, everything's going to be great, Like,
Exactly.
When you're not sure if people are going to come that day or.
That's great. Yep, you're right. Absolutely. The business plan, as far as I didn't want to spend an hour just breaking down the business plan. We can talk a few the high points.
I have talking points here.
Yeah, you got some talking points. Okay. I mean, I'm just thinking you can go on Google and type in business plan, but let's see if we can give our listeners something that's kind of unique.
Well, we've kind of already started because last time we talked about your concept description.
Okay.
So if you've already formed that, type it into a nice paragraph. It has, kind of the beginning of your business plan. I can skip, planning out your management. Market analysis is part of the research, right? Knowing what's around you. Are you actually filling a need? Do people want what you have to offer in that area? But what's super important, I think, is to have a profit and loss.
Yeah, I think, the numbers are probably... and that's probably my
Bank wants to see it.
Yeah, that's my weak point right there too, Carrie. Is I'm so I keep on saying so fun, charismatic, happy-go-lucky, but at the end of the day, none of that matters, and your food doesn't matter. Nothing matters. At the end of the day, it's just numbers, guys. We're playing a numbers game.
You don't have to break down every food cost in your P&L, but you have to think about rent, your internet service, payroll,
Well, tell them what they're not going to think about, like paying for grease trap
pest
removal,
control.
Yeah, what are the things that unforeseen costs that you've seen?
Little opening costs like security systems,
security cameras,
right? Maybe you have to replace 10% of your equipment within the first year.
Decals, signage,
shirts.
Well, I'm trying to think of some of the little things I didn't realize this. Attorney fees when you're setting up all your corporation stuff,
I didn't realize a commercial grade, which is required by most health departments, commercial grade garbage disposal was so dang expensive. You're used to replacing them in your house for $100. They're $1,000 to $3,000.
And there's the unforeseen cost too. I think
right.
How much do you think?
Those are kind of build out costs. You can kind of lump that on page 2 of your P&L, and then have all those numbers add up and throw them into your build out cost. But your P&L is okay, first 3 years of business, this is going to be our ongoing expenses. And then you've got what's your projected income. How many beers am I realistically going to sell per day? And put that into a month. I'd say your P&L should probably be monthly, and then you can look at year 1, year 2, year 3.
I agree.
You can go further, but at some point,
yeah,
you're really just making it up.
You really are. You're right, because you can say, okay, I'm going to sell 100 beers. In all reality, you're only going to sell 20 beers.
Right.
But your mind, you're thinking, oh, we can sell 100 beers a day.
Right. And actually, I hated this kind of stuff, but once I started getting into it, it was fun.
It is.
To solve those problems and and it gave me more security. This is doable. This can happen. Even if I only sold
this much
beer, we would still be in business. And that's, I'll be honest, at the beginning, that's all I kind of cared about.
Staying in business.
Right.
That's what everybody should only care about, is staying in business. If you stay in business for 3 years, you're better than half the concepts that's ever started,
Right.
I think
at what personal sacrifice? Nobody talks about that.
Yeah, exactly. Because, that's the reason why these big companies shut down. It's not because they're not making money. It's because they're not making enough money for their time and their value. So once you start adding on management, layers, next thing you know, there's your profit. Now you're not profitable anymore.
Right.
So,
yeah. If I added $100,000 to our payroll, that's a big.
Now you're breaking even. Right. So why even stay open if you're not even gonna make any profit at all?
Right.
So, yeah, that's part of it. Is I projected to do 20,000 a week, and I'm doing 12,000 a week, and that's 7 years. I projected this
at the
7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Before I opened up, on my business plan, I was like, I'm gonna sell $20,000 a week. That's my sales, and my sales start off at 7,000 a week. Now they're at 13 or 14, but it was, you don't know what you're going to sell.
Well,
you really don't. Like, you have no idea
I
if
thought
you're
our
going to do.
lunch would be better, but our dinner is better. You know, you don't know.
You really don't. So write it down, and
I could have done better research, though. I could have sat in other restaurants in my area but different times and counted the number of people.
Agreed. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. 100%.
Mm-hmm. I could have driven by more. I mean, I was pretty set on where I was going to be.
And I could have had you just going out. Like, here's something like off the topic, like as far as business plan. Like, this is like guerrilla business research, but like, go ask a restaurant owner to have a cup of coffee with them. Hey, can I buy you a cup of coffee? Or you go on a slow time and just shoot the breeze with the restaurant owner and get to know them personally, and like have a kind of intimate conversation with them and talk about, not relationship, have an intimate conversation with them about, you know, business in the area, and let them vent to you, and go to the most popular restaurant and let him tell you all the positives, and go to the one that's like struggling and let him, you know, be a downer on you. That way you just get a good slice of the
And some
pie.
people won't talk to you.
And some people won't talk to you, but some people will. Like, I would talk to them, like, dude, like, Rowlett sucks for lunch, but dinner's, it's okay. Make sure you have chicken fried steak on the menu.
Right. I'll tell you general things, you know, about business and about the community and about, you know, the ups and downs of the amount of business we're having. But I won't, like, don't say, hey, I'm
What are your
so-and-so.
sales?
Yeah, that's a little much.
Exactly. But, you know, you're also a industry disruptor, you know, in the fact that you came to downtown Garland when all there was tumbleweeds, and you completely, you know, turned it upside down with your concept. So
it's different now than when I started, for sure. So a restaurant coming in now, I would give different advice to than 4 years ago.
So, I mean, yeah, that's another thing that, you know, also you can keep in mind is, like, just because the business in that area is not great doesn't mean that you can't come in there and disrupt it with an amazing concept.
It's true. It's risky.
It is risky. But, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, though, because, like, you also will get the benefit of a low rent or purchasing a building at a low price and getting some help from the city if you go to, like, a place. And then you can create...
It's true. You can ask the Economic Development Center or the Chamber or whatever's
look at Bankhead. You know, they came in to a place that had nothing,
right?
And now they're doing $40,000 a week or something. I don't know what they're doing. Something crazy numbers. And you go to a place that's well established, say like in Plano somewhere, like in a ritzy part of town, or right outside of a mall. And yeah, the business is there, but you're paying, you know, $15,000 a month in rent. So double-edged sword.
Sure, absolutely. And if you're not good at this stuff, which I wasn't at first, contact your local small business development council. It's free. Like,
and every city has that?
I wouldn't say every city, but we have 2 in Dallas.
Okay.
One of them's in Garland.
And on the national level, there's the Small Business Association, SBA.
So that's what it's funded by.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So.
And then maybe an accountant, if you have an accountant friend.
Right.
Or, yeah, just reach out to somebody. I think having it proofread a few times.
Or hell, don't be like too, you know, good for going back and hitting a college course real quick.
Yeah.
It's out there. The help's out there. And slow down. Like, if you have to open in 6 months or a year to like make or break your personal finances, probably shouldn't go for it, you know? Like, you need to be kind of stable and then have extra time to plan and, you know, don't quit your day job sort of.
What do they say for people who are like carpenters, like measure 3 times and cut once?
Twice.
Measure twice. I measured twice before. You should see some crooked pictures that I have in my house right now from only measuring twice.
Oh, you measuring with like your fingers? Or
is that
stepping it off? Yeah. Okay.
That's crazy. Okay. Well, anyway, business plan. That's it.
Funding. You got to get funding.
Funding.
And include marketing in your business plan.
Okay.
God, please, because so many people have zero marketing dollars set aside.
So many people have zero marketing in their soul. Like they don't know how to market or promote.
Identify certain ways and don't hire a social media company to make your posts for you. Just learn how to do it.
Let's be part of the game. It's part of it.
Cameras are getting so much better.
I don't know much about cameras, but I know.
I can show you something.
Okay, teach me a few things.
No, but seriously, like just take a picture and put it out there and talk about your business, because no one else is going to at the beginning.
No. Well, in the beginning they will for the first month, and then after that, you die into oblivion. So that's the business plan. Let's talk about like some other stuff, dude. What I was thinking, Gary, getting nostalgic is.
See, you rushed through the business plan.
That was
like you did in real life.
You know what?
I had one more point.
Okay, go ahead, Gary. Just let everybody know. Obviously, you feel like our viewers need to know this, so let's talk about it.
You kind of touched on it, but
okay.
About reaching out to other businesses and asking,
sure,
about other restaurants, right? And asking,
yeah.
But reach out to other businesses that aren't related to restaurants, because especially this time of year, they're looking for holiday parties, places to go do happy hours, customer appreciations, some sort of partnership.
How many holiday parties you got at your place booked this year already?
I don't know, a lot.
Bastard.
You don't have any? Come on.
No, dude. I got a private chef dinner, and I got 2 weddings booked. But no,
it's only 2 months left in the year.
But no in-house restaurants. No, no one's asked me hey, can I have the restaurant? And I usually have like 1 or 2 of those.
Well, maybe you should reach out to adjacent businesses.
See, if I had,
and I could do better on that for sure. Our happy hour could be better.
My happy hour is modeled after your happy hour.
Oh, how's it going?
Nah, it's okay. I think you saw it.
The $5 thing?
Yeah, I do $5, like $5 small Greek bites.
People just forget about it. Like, you do this thing, roll it out, and people come, and then they slowly forget about it.
And then I'm thinking, like, man, would they have ordered that at $6.49 instead of $5? Like, I wonder if I shot myself in the foot.
I didn't know it was happy hour.
Exactly. I don't know. It's cool, though. I don't mind.
Everybody likes happy hour.
I was just thinking that a year ago, we were talking, we're almost, I think, at a year of Real Restaurant Radio.
Oh, okay.
Remember we were talking about, here's what I was thinking about, because I went to the State Fair of Texas, and I remember we were talking about this a year ago with the corn dog beer.
Oh, that's true. This year it's like a cotton candy beer, right?
I had it. It was not that good.
Okay.
I didn't, it was,
Oh, well.
Yeah, I had one.
I had a,
Did you go to State Fair?
Mm-hmm. I went on Monday.
Oh, this past Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Took a half day.
How was it?
It was fun. Super crowded. Now I understand why my restaurant's empty.
Was that the OU game day or something like that?
No,
that was Sunday.
That was on Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, gotcha.
That was Stinktoberfest day. That was fun.
I was there that day.
Were you?
Yeah.
Prove it.
Good time. So it's also really cool.
No, you did our video. It was awesome.
Dude, Carrie, yeah, as far as the video stuff goes.
Do you have a business plan?
I did not make it. You know what? I didn't write a business plan. No, I didn't. But
maybe you should.
Maybe I should have. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing is, like, if you know what you're doing, I don't know, like
something like that you fall into a little bit.
I did.
But then you need to go back. Even Justin, like, probably needs to go back and Justin's a video friend of ours, but he probably needs to go back and structure and do a P&L and like, should I hire somebody?
But there's no losses in videography, only profits.
I don't know.
It's crazy. Like,
he spends money on his equipment.
Carrie, I'm telling you, bro. Like,
and driving and
listen, bro. Video world is so beautiful. Like, I don't like. Why am I a restaurant owner when I go out? Like, say for instance, I'm catering a wedding, and I go out and I cater the wedding, and there's so much overhead and so much like strenuous work, like cooking and preparing and lifting and transporting and serving and the cooks and the servers. I go to that same wedding with a camera and film the wedding, and they give me like $2,000 in on a check, and that's it. And it was just me and my camera, and it's amazing. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie, I'm telling you, bro, it's so beautiful. I had no idea that you can actually make money without 90% overhead. So anyway,
no, that's great. Maybe you should have a business plan.
I'm just kidding. But so anyway, so for all the viewers out there that have been listening, obviously, you know, with a podcast, I've been doing video work and
can you tag a video on a podcast?
Say it again?
Can you tag a video onto like the description of the podcast?
I think so, maybe. I'll try that out. But the idea is that I've been doing all this audio and video work, and so I'm like, dude, like people are asking me to do, you know, videos for them. So like, shoot, I should probably open a company and call it something to make it more professional. And so Cloud9 Films is officially, I guess, my second company. Does that make me a serial entrepreneur? I don't know.
Probably.
We'll see.
I think so.
No, but you know, it came out of the whole video production came out of survival because like I just told you, like, I'm only doing 12,000, you know, and I feel like the restaurant just wasn't making enough money for me, you know, and I was like, how else can I make more money? And
I think on the other hand,
this
it's
came
like
out.
about how much how stimulating it is, too, right?
Well, yeah, I agree with that because it does get a little boring after a while. You're looking for different avenues to be stimulated. But I also think that if the restaurant was like packed every day, I think I would be doing more things in the restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that at my restaurant, I don't want to say this in a bad way, but I think that, and maybe you can agree or disagree with me, but I feel like you can only push that car so fast.
Sure.
So whatever car you're driving, if it's a Honda Civic or in your case a Lamborghini, like your car can only go so fast. Even your car, you know, even Bankhead, even an Olive Garden that's doing 20,000 a day in sales, it can only do so much.
Sure.
So
That's why they shut down stores, you know.
yeah. So
The underperforming, like Fuzzy's next door. It's a great concept. Probably was making money. Wasn't making what they needed.
And that's where I'm at right now. Like my restaurant makes, I can only push my restaurant. So it's like law of diminishing returns. Like, do I spend so many hours in my restaurant trying to get it to go, you know, an extra 3 miles an hour faster? And it will. Like I can push it another 7 miles an hour faster. Or I can take this other company and go take it from 0 to 70. So I can get 70 miles out of this new company in speed, or I can get an extra 4 miles out of this other company in speed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's kind of where I was at. Like I can only push, and I still do tremendous amount of marketing and promoting, and I still work a lot of hours in my restaurant. But it's just like, let me see if I can create another stream of revenue from this thing, you know?
Sure. I've seen owners who have nothing to do at work, and
Which is a beautiful thing.
they just sit there and drink. It's usually like a bar owner or something, and you know.
Another thing that I mean, this is probably another thing we can talk about a whole other episode, but like, this is giving me an excuse to let go of the restaurant and allow my employees to rise. And I think that the employees are going to do better when you're not so hands-on. What the Greek expression is that metal doesn't stick until it gets hot. So, like, when you actually step away from the business, they're like looking around, like, oh, there's no one here breathing down my neck. I should probably handle something. So I feel like my employees.
I have this question, but no one's here to ask.
Let me just figure it out.
So I guess I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. And just like when my kid falls, like I seen like in a distance, they didn't realize that I was watching. So they look around and like they see that I'm not there to help them. So they just like,
they're okay.
They get up and they walk away, you know?
Yeah.
So.
But if you make eye contact, they start crying.
Exactly. Well, dude, that's the business plan. What else, bro? Anything else going on in your life? We talked about alcoholism and the State Fair of Texas and business plans and media companies.
Man, what's the next episode?
Well, I missed you, bro. I missed you. I think our viewers missed us. Did you guys miss us? I don't know. I hope you guys missed us. We missed you.
I hope we didn't lose anybody.
We may have lost one or two, but...
Funding. That's a good one.
Is that the next one for real?
Yep.
Talking about business funding?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, stay tuned, guys. Until the next episode of Real Restaurant Radio, my name is Kostas Lozanis.
Your co-host, Carrie, as always.
Love you, bro. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.
Cheers.
Boxes are defeating, purpose always fleeting. I pose questions to the ceiling like an answer gonna come. Truth is too revealing, life is easier concealing. All emotions till the start on your heart going numb. I shouldn't be in drive more, I just wanna feel alive more. I feel hurt all the time, but I can't see